element of this would never happen in real life. This is what I'm watching now and it's beautiful. I'm going to put on my corset and kind of show you a couple tricks for playing with it on stage and then how I tend to take it off. Now I have my corset on. I've angled the camera down a little bit so you can see, and it's not laced as tight as I normally do for performances, and obviously I don't wear this dress during performances, but I don't have the rest of my costume with me. So as you can see, even in this natural daylight, it's still extremely glamorous, extremely glittery, and I love the way it makes my body look from the back. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to show you just a couple moves I like to do, I've seen people do. There's so many ways to take off your corset and to play with it. So this is what I do. So for the first part, you're going to want to unlace the bow you've made. And I mean, you could just pull it, but I think it's more fun to kind of grab the inside of the bow, and then as you pull, you're going to hike your butt out. So you're going to go, and when you do that, it's just a little bit more dramatic. And if it didn't come completely unlaced, which mine didn't just now because I didn't pull hard enough, you can just kind of go from there to the other side and do it again. So it's very important to have a bunch of like flicky movements when you're dancing. I feel like that's very popular instead of just, you know, you're going to want to keep it controlled and a little bit fluttery. So now that we have our two laces on the side, I really like playing with that whole bondage element I discussed earlier. So I like to get it behind my elbows like that and pull. And a really good thing to do when you're doing that is a little bit of a face like, ooh, so you pull, you go. And that looks really good in fetish photography as well. So now we're unlaced, we played a little bit with fetishism, and now we're going to completely take off the corset. So, starting from the back. Now, you can be faced towards the audience this way, so you're just doing this in the back and they don't see exactly what you're doing. But just so you can see, I've got my two sides. I kind of like to pull them to the front like this, and then locate where the one right underneath it is. So then I pull like that. Now I usually like to switch to my other hand and grab the one underneath it, pull, and then the very bottom one, pull. So now the bottom is pretty much unlaced. Now it doesn't have to be completely like loose, it just has to be loose enough for you to undo the front. So then I'm going to do the same thing, locate where the middle is, go above it, ooh, there it is, pull, above that, pull, and then the very top. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Alright, so now it's loose and you're ready to undo it from the front. Now some corsets are zip fronts and some are hook front. This is a hook front. I think zipper front is a little bit more realistic for burlesque, but the hook front does give it more of a classic feel. So for this we could just snap it, take it off, you know, but we're trying to have some flair, some showmanship. So I normally like to grab it like this, kind of with your palms inside, just towards so you have like a good grip where the hook is. And then I just like to kind of pose and pull off one. And then you kind of go the other way and you pull off some more. And this is usually where I turn around because the top tends to be the hardest to get off. So while I'm turning around, I switch my grip. I take off the top one, and then you're going to turn around. But you don't want to just turn around and drop it or anything like that. You want to kind of give it a tease. So you can kind of flip and then pull off one side, close, pull off the other side, close, and then to completely pull it off, you can just kind of throw it if you want, if that fits with the music. You can kind of grab it and dangle it and drop it, but oof, for this, so graceful. For this, I'm going to do the kind of pull. So again, with the bondage, you're kind of releasing yourself from it for the first time, so you want to kind of have a whole body like up. It's kind of hard because you can't see my body because I'm in a dress, but so I'm going to hold it like this. We just did our little show, and then you can just kind of dangle and drop. And it's not supposed to be that loud, but it was. I hope you found this video helpful and informative on how to use a corset in burlesque and kind of the history of why it's used. I'll see you in the next video. I'm Venus Valentine. Bye.